naghahanap ng pagkakakitaan. Sumama ka sa akin, ipapaliwanag ko negosyong siguradong kayang-kaya mo. Sa ilalim ay may mararating, sipagan at pagbutihin. Sa uno may negosyo, sa uno magbabago. Ang oras dito ay hawak mo. Sa uno ating pagsisikapan, pagyaman natin pagtutulungan. Mga pangarap natin ay maging hinto. Salamat ka uno, ako uno. Pangarap mo'y simulan. Salamat sa oras at pagtitiwala. Huwag ka nang mag-alinlangan, loob mo ay lakasan. Sa uno hindi ka pababayaan. Sa ilalim ay may mararating, sipagan at pagbutihin. Sa uno may negosyo, sa uno magbabago. Ang oras dito ay hawak mo. Sa uno ating pagsisikapan, pagyaman natin pagtutulungan. Mga pangarap natin ay maging ginto. Salamat kaibigan, ika'y nagtiwala. Sa uno magtutulungan tayo.
Maraming hindi sanay, ngunit ang solusyon na sa ating mga kamay. Huwag pang hinaan ng loob, tibayan lang ang puso. Malalampasan natin lahat ng mga pagsubok. Aahon, babangon, susulungan lahat. Walang maiiwan, hihilain pa ang nga. Bata matanda, mayaman o mahirap, walang ligtas sa sakit na kumakalat. Saludo frontliners na humaharap, buwis buhay, kanilang ganap. Lahat ng panganib kanilang tinatanggap, upang itong sakit di na lumaganap. Manalangin, maniwala ka lamang sa taas. Lahat ng mga problema meron din na lunas. Magpatuloy sa pangarap at ito yung panghawakan. Kahit ano pang hadlang, di ka mapipigilan. Ikaw ay Pinoy, tubo na matatapang. Hindi umaatras kahit sa ano pang laban. Tulungan lang, huwag magsamantala. Ang buhay ay hirap pasamantala. Lahat ng iyong galaw, ikaw magdadala. Kaya ayusin mo na yan bago lumala. Pero nawala, lahat pantay-pantay. Malakas ka pagkat ang Diyos gumagabay. Kapatid, may oras pa. Ipikit ang mata at manalangin ka. Ipikit ang mata at manalangin ka.
Darating ang panahon, tayong babangon.
Ano mang mundo ang dumating.
Come on.
Kahit bumagsak,
Kahit bumagsak, tayo pa rin.
Tumitig, maniwala. Tayo'y aangat sama-sama. Pag masugatan ay lalaban. Para sa bagong kinabukasan.
Are you ready for a different kind of defense? Protect yourself against 99.9% of germs and inhaled contagions. Introducing a revolutionary face mask that is antimicrobial, reusable, washable, and breathable. The Premium Defense Copper Mask. This special copper mask is made in Korea. As we all know, goods produced in South Korea are of high quality due to their innovation and access to modern technology. South Korean products are highly marketable all over the globe due to their unparalleled quality. Rest assured that the Premium Defense Copper Mask is made only with the most premium materials and superior technology. The Premium Defense Copper Mask is made of a premium copper metal fabric that is recognized for its antimicrobial properties. Premium Defense Copper Mask has 3 layers. First is a cooling fabric that allows the skin to breathe and remain cool even after long usage. Second layer is the UV mesh fabric that offers UV protection from the harmful UV rays. And the third layer is the Magic Copper Mask, a high-quality copper material that blocks droplets and kills 99.9% of germs. The Premium Defense Copper Mask comes in 2 types. The Premium Defense DIY Copper Mask that has a sleek, ergonomic design that offers comfortable respiration and complete prevention of saliva droplets. You can customize it to suit your liking. It comes in the classic beige color. And if you want a mask with more personality, it comes in pink too. The second type of Premium Defense Copper Mask is the Luxury, built with the same outstanding features but has a more classic, sophisticated look. So what's the difference between the DIY and luxury design, you may ask? With the name itself, DIY means do it yourself. The DIY mask requires simple but very minimal assembly, as it comes with sealed stickers that you will need to put on the masks. These stickers fasten the copper mask together to help create its shape and form. It also comes with a thick but breathable filter that is comfortable to wear. The luxury mask, on the other hand, comes in one color, light beige, and is our ready-to-wear design. No assembly needed. The filter of the luxury mask has a fully stitched interior and exterior that offers additional support and full coverage. What else makes the Premium Defense Copper Mask special? It comes with sturdy and comfortable ear loops that don't break or fall off easily, as they lie flat and are fastened securely on both sides of the mask. The mask is washable and reusable, a more cost-efficient alternative to costly one-time use masks. It is eco-friendly too. The mask is quick drying, so you don't wait too long for your mask to dry if you need to wear it out the next day. What comes in the box, you may ask? Let us show you. Inside the box of the DIY copper mask includes 1-piece copper film, 1-piece filter, 1 pair ear loops, and 4 pieces sticker seal. Now, you may wonder, how do you assemble the Premium Defense Copper Mask? It's simple. Just follow these steps. First, fold the copper film. Second, place the sticker on the upper part and on the bottom part. Third, put the filter inside the copper film.
Break it down.
Fourth, insert the ear loops on both sides of the mask, secure the straps, and adjust to your liking. Let me show you what's inside the Premium Defense Luxury Copper Mask.
Break it down.
As you can see, the mask is fully sealed for your protection. Once you open the packaging, you will see that the Premium Defense Luxury Mask is already assembled and ready to wear. So convenient. Give yourself or a loved one the gift of Premium Defense. Grab your Premium Defense Copper Mask today.
Alright! Good mornings mga kauno! Sa mga kanina pang nag-chat, nababasa ko po yung mga chat niyo. Maraming salamat po. Magandang Saturday afternoon to each and every one of you. Ako po si Butch Tan. Ito na naman ang ating paboritong sagot ko, ang tanong mo. Kasi di ba, ano yan nagsimula yan doon sa sagot ko, merienda, sagot ko, inumin. Diba, ganun yun Kaya naisip ko tong sagot ko, yung tanong mo. Kumbaga, akong bahala sa tanong mo. Sa inyo lahat, pakishare yung link natin. I mean, itong live natin. Sa mga group chat, sa mga pages or personal profile po ninyo para marami pang makakita at matuto ngayong hapon. And patag na rin yung mga business partners natin. Hi, Aisel. How are you? Patag nyo na yung mga business partners nyo. Mention nyo na sila. Yun. Basta hindi magets yung tag. So, mention nyo lang sila. And also, what's this? Ano yung grupo mo? Ano yung system nyo? Pa-mention na rin. Yan. Yan, taga saan ka? Yun. Again, pa-share nung ating live sa mga group chat, sa personal FB mo or sa page. And then, mention mo ngayon yung grupo mo, kung ano yung system, kung ano yung pangalan ng grupo, At kung nasaan ka ngayon, anong bansa, anong bayan, yan. So, kumusta po kayo? Excited talaga ako pag Saturday. Lalo na tong sagot ko yung tanong mo. Kayo rin ba? Gusto ko to eh. Kasi at least to direct kung ano yung gusto nyong matutunan, ano natin, na-address natin, di ba? Ang haba naman ng mga ng mga kauno natin, nasisipag, payaman talaga. Pasensya na kayo, minum ako ng Pocari because kind of dehydrated from yesterday's gawain. So, nagre-recover pa lang tayo ng ating liquid sa ating body. Ayun. Hindi ako nakagupit ngayon eh. Itong gilid, shaggy na. Shagilid na lang. Ayan. Thank you sa mga nagtatag, sa mga nag-share. Thank you sa mga nagme-mention ng kanilang mga team. And thank you sa mga dito bibigay ng information also kung nasaan sila, anong bansa, anong lugar. Ayan. Yes, siyempre, S for S, we will make history. Siyempre. Dapat masipag kayo mag-attend ng training parang si Aisel. Tapos ilagay nyo sa paa. Ikilos natin yung mga natutunan natin. Huwag kayong magsasawa. Huwag kayong maiinip sa pagkuha ng success. Diba? Tama ba? Talo inip. Yun lang naman yun. Diba? Lahat ng bagay na worth it ay it takes a lot of time talaga. Lalo na kung lalo na kung ito ay malaki. Ibig sabihin, like example, mga pangarap natin, di ba? Kung kotse ba yan, bahay lupa, travel. So, paano yan? It takes a lot of time. But, it's worth it. Di ba? Sabi nga minsan lang tayo mabuhay, kailangan todo na natin. Kung ano yung pwede natin ma-achieve, achieve na natin, di ba? So, yep. Tama, yan. Sorry, nagbasa ako ng mga messages nyo. Oo, tama. Tama talaga. Oo. And also, maraming mga challenges along the way, di ba? Na pag mahina-hina yung loob mo, bibigay ka talaga. Di ba? Lalo na yung pag kini-question mo na yung sarili mo na para sa akin ba to? Tama ba desisyon ko? Meron ba talaga akong pupuntahan? So yun yung actually yung self-talk mo yung yung pinaka mahirap na negativity na i-overcome Kasi what goes in between your ears, I mean, yung nasa gitna ng tenga mo, which is yung utak mo, kung ano yung tumatakbo dyan, yan yung pinakamahirap may overcome Kasi syempre ang dami kang iniisip na na ang matindi kasi doon, yung iniisip mo na yon, more often than not, is limiting beliefs. So, like example, pag kino-compare natin yung resulta natin sa ibang tao o kaya nakikita natin yung progress ng iba over us, and dahil alam mo yung sarili mo, you are aware of your weaknesses, di ba? So, what goes in between your ears, what you think about, is the number one negativity that is very hard to overcome. Kasi ikaw na yan, sarili mo na yan Kumbaga, pag inisip mo na kaya mo. Pag inisip mong hindi mo kaya, Hindi talaga. Lalo na pag ano ka na, iniisip mo na na sabi mo, ako kasi ganito, ako kasi ganyan, ako kasi hindi magaling mag-English, ako kasi mahirap ako mag-prospect, ako kasi hindi magaling magbenta, konti lang kasi kakakilala ko, hindi ako leader, hindi ko alam kung paano ko sisimulan, hindi ko alam paano ko tatapusin, hindi ko alam paano mag-build. Yan naman ganon. So, yung mga self-talk mo yung yun yung challenging diyan. Kung titingnan mo naman talaga kung ano yung nangyayari sa labas, ibig sabihin sa mga top earners sa Uno, pag tiningnan mo sila, makikita mo na na sila rin ay hindi naman talagang mga matatalino o mga super skilled. Wala namang mga astronaut diyan, mga doktor, mga engineer na, 'di ba? Mga normal din lang na mga nilalang pero hindi nagpadala sa mga self-talk na negative. Yun lang naman yung challenging doon actually, mga kapatid yung hindi mo makontrol yung iniisip mo kasi minsan kahit na ayaw mo siyang isipin, naiisip mo siya 'di ba? Nangyayari yun So pag na-experience mo siya, hindi mo ngayon alam kung is it a confirmation of reality or is it is it is it something that your mind is just like playing tricks on you, parang ganon, yung nag-aano ka lang, nag-i-imagine ka lang ng hindi naman realidad, but more often than not hindi naman siya reality 'di ba? Lalo na kung isipin mo hindi mo kaya, kesyo ganito ganyan, hindi siya realidad kasi like I said, kung talagang bibigyan mo talaga ng dedikasyon at panahon yung pagkuha ng goals and dreams mo, makukuha at makukuha mo talaga nagawa nga ng iba Kung kaya nila, kaya mo rin. 'Di ba? Wala ka namang hindi kaya basta enjoyin mo lang siya. Kasi pag ini-enjoy mo siya, hindi mo namamalayan, darating ang panahon nandoon ka na kasi ini-enjoy mo lang. 'Di ba? Ini-enjoy mo lang siya. So again, share natin ng i-share tong live natin Shinare na ba natin ng shinare? Tinag mo niyo naman yung mga business partners niyo. Yan. So, bago tayo magpatuloy, may papanood ako sa inyo. Ito bago. Dito natin kukunin yung lessons natin. Maganda yung ito sobrang ganda nito when when I discovered this video. Meron palang common denominator talaga yung mga successful na tao. So, pakinggan nyo, pag-uusapan natin ng after mo panoorin. Pakinggan nyo mabuti and absorb nyo yung lesson ng video na to.
Women of the world, and they found that they looked at the most successful men and women of the world, and they found that they had like 7, 8 things in common. And one of the things they all had in common was a routine.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. So the routine and the preparation, some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
The stronger your mindset is, the greater your skill set is going to be.
We remember the stuff we earn, the stuff we experience, more than what the teacher tells us or what someone gives us for free.
A company is simply a group of people. As a leader of people, you have to be a great listener. You have to be a great motivator. You have to be very good at praising and looking for the best in people.
You think Warren Buffett reading just to be reading? The majority of you are poor because you read poor stuff.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
It's what goes on between this year and in our hearts that determine our lives out there. There's no world out there except what's going on here.
I think it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short.
If I'm lying to you about who I am,
I'm lying to you about whatever. There's no starting point. There's a false reality. You have to create the real reality.
It's a good separation for me, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else.
I became #1 in the world. I became a millionaire not because I made more money. I became a millionaire because they told me millionaires only live off of 30% of their income. I became a millionaire because I did what millionaires did. I stopped living off 100%.
What does it mean time is money, right? How do you multiply time? How do you buy time? Rich people buy time.
Most of the people watching this thing should either not be in business if they've got one, or close the f***er down if they got one. Because you got in business for all the wrong reasons, and you don't have the balls to close them down because of what other people are going to say. You have no idea how limitless it is when you're not afraid of what other people think or say. You have no idea. There's not two people watching this thing that even has a concept of what it is to act as if you have no limits to your abilities. Zero.
I wrote a book called The Millionaire Booklet. Wrote that book in 2 hours. It was translated to 38 languages for free because of my social media standing around the world. I just asked a bunch of people, can you help me? 38 languages, and literally in 1 month the whole book was produced, written, translated. Like, you need friends.
Counterintuitive, 50-page pamphlet type book you're making, not the New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from? Another contrarian idea.
Again, like the book publishers, they're dying. They're come on, man.
That's antiquated.
You don't even count digital downloads. Like, what's wrong with you?
Right. So give them something they can read in a couple hours. Give them
something. It took me 19 months to write my last book because of the publisher was involved. Okay, I'm not supposed to write a book while I'm writing a book. So I wrote a booklet. Okay, wrote the booklet in 2 hours. The booklet made more money in 19 days than the other book made in 19 months. And was translated in 38 languages. The other book that took 19 months, publishers, editors, all this energy, all this wasted freaking energy and money, still hasn't been translated. So speed, I'm now back to how fast can I work? Compress time. Time is money. Most people don't even understand the concept. Like, what does that even mean?
They say it, but they don't know what it means.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cute saying. It's a perfect t-shirt.
But they're not actually applying it to their life.
No, they're like, what does that mean, man? What does it mean time is money, right? How do you multiply time? How do you buy time? Rich people buy time.
So never say, I can't afford it. My rich dad forbade his son and me to say the words, I can't. He says, ask yourself, how can I? So, like, the reason I have so much money is because I don't say I can't do it. I just go, how can I do it? And I just go and do it. I make a lot of mistakes, but that's how I learn. How can I? The poor people, like my poor dad, always said, I can't afford it. Do you think I'm made of money? I'm a school teacher. I can't do that. And I picked that up. And my rich dad never said those words. So when I meet poor people, they use the words I can't a lot. It's like my wife, Kim, is gorgeous, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. First thing I said is, she won't go out with me. And my friends kept saying, she'll never go out with you. And I said, well, if I let that stop me, she never will. So I asked her out for 6 months. So, do you know what I mean? It's what goes on between this year and this year, and in our hearts, that determine our lives out there. There's no world out there except what's going on here. So the people that say, I can't afford it, I can't do this, I can't get to college, the rich are evil, I choose not to participate in that.
And that's one thing people could change today.
Correct.
Right now is that dialogue in their head. Stop saying the word can't.
I can't.
Right.
So how can I?
How can I? Especially as in, I can't afford it, how can I afford that?
Right.
Because that opens them up to looking at it as an investment to a greater future.
Right. When I borrowed $300 million, I couldn't do it until I went to ask. And I got turned down so many times. I said, And every time I show the banker my financials, and they go, sorry. I said, look, do me a favor. Why did you turn me down? And he'd tell me, this is out, the numbers are out here. So if I get these numbers fixed, can I come see you again? He goes, sure. And he turned me down again, but I then go back and I make sure the numbers were real and fix it. So it's called rejection. You know, same as my wife rejected me for 6 months. It's just a matter of personal willpower, which is spiritual. Just saying, if they can do it, I can do it.
And how can I?
How can I?
And I think it's you once said, words become flesh.
Yep.
You think Warren Buffett reading just to be reading? The majority of you are poor because you read poor stuff. You watch poor stuff. You on Instagram watching fights. Bro, you just scrolling through like you ain't got a life. For real, some of y'all on Instagram, you on there for 30 minutes. If I ask you what you saw, you don't even know. You just scrolling through. That's a poverty mindset. Rich people don't waste time. They realize it's their most important commodity. They don't watch a lot of TV. They don't do a lot of entertainment. If they're not working, they're studying their craft and get better at their craft. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let me say it one more time. There was a language that I needed to learn. Does it mean I need to abandon the language that I learned? Absolutely not. Does it mean I need to put on a shirt and tie? Listen to me. When I do corporate, I promise you, if I look like this, I probably don't look this good. Sometimes I got on shorts and a t-shirt. In corporate, why? Because I don't need to necessarily conform. They're not asking me to come to dress up. But I'm so good at what I do, they don't even require a suit. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Some of us don't want to wear a suit, but you're not on that level though. Or you want to wear a suit and act as if your suit is going to compensate for what you are inferior at. Your suit don't make your language sweet. For real, some of you wear suits because you think like you're going to impress somebody with a suit, and you might get in the door, but sooner or later they're going to find out who you are. So I need you to stop having the poverty mindset. So when I quit my job to be an entrepreneur, my mom was like, whoa, what are you doing? I was like, I'm quitting. My mom was like, don't you dare quit. You're going to embarrass me. You got a wife and kids. Does YouTube have insurance? Does YouTube have a 401k? And I was like, yo, Mom, I ain't trying to be funny and I ain't trying to be disrespectful. I love you, but you can't teach me how to be a millionaire because you're not one. You come from the working class, and I'm not mad at you, Ma. We wouldn't be where we are without you, but you told me that every generation is supposed to get better. So I'll take your values, but I won't take your work ethic. Because rich people don't work, they think. The working class will never get rich. It wasn't designed. Oh, okay. Listen to me. This country became a wealthy country because they had employees they didn't have to pay. That's not like a rocket science. So when this country had to start paying people, they want to pay the least. The 3% that run the world, they're not trying. Let me tell you how I know. I'm from Detroit. We just laid off 15,000 workers, and the president of GM, she just got $22 million. We got $22 million to give one person when we laid off 15,000 people, and we took their health care that's already paid for. No disrespect to nobody, and I ain't playing no victim because I'm not a victim. Rich people don't work, they think. Poor people work. Poor people go, clock in, I make this much an hour. Rich people go, I put them to work, and I make this much an hour. See, what happens is you're working for you and your family one, they got 40 of you working at one time. So they're giving you 20%, and then they keeping the 80% off of 15,000 people. That's enough to have $22 million. So what you have to decide is, are you going to keep being the 99%, or are you ready to be a part of the 1%? Because it doesn't make a difference where you come from, high school dropout. It doesn't make a difference where you come from, GED. It doesn't make a difference where you come from sleeping in abandoned buildings. It doesn't make a difference where you come from, a 17-year-old mom that got pregnant. It doesn't make a difference where you come from, south side of Chicago. It doesn't make a difference where you come from, pretty much raised in Detroit. It doesn't make a difference where you come from, took 12 years to get a 4-year degree. It doesn't make a difference. Well, you know what makes a difference? What makes a difference is when you become a 99% or a 1%. And when I start thinking like, acting like, and behaving like a 1%er, everything changed. Is that clear?
I'm here to talk about success. The first rule of success is to have a vision. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. I mean, as you know, I was born in 1947 in Austria after the Second World War. So I was very fortunate that I stumbled on my vision. And I didn't really like Austria when I grew up. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't see myself becoming a farmer or a worker in a factory or anything like that. Even though my parents wanted me to stay there and have a normal life. But that was their vision, not mine. My vision was totally different. I felt that I was born for something special, for something unique, for something big. Then one day I went to school. I remember I was 11 years old. And they showed a documentary about America. And there they showed in this documentary the huge skyscrapers, the high-rises, the huge bridges, the 6-lane freeways, and all of this stuff. And I said to myself, that's where I want to be. I don't want to be around here with these little farmhouses and these little buildings. I want to be in America. One day after school, I walked by a store in Graz. So I went inside and I looked around, and then I saw a magazine. I saw a bodybuilding magazine that had Reg Park on the cover. Reg Park was then a 3-time Mr. Universe. And I saw him on the big screen as Hercules. I read that and I said to myself, wow, this is the blueprint for my life. This is exactly what I want to do. I want to become a bodybuilding champion just like Reg Park. I want to get into movies just like Reg Park. And I want to make millions of dollars and be rich and famous just like Reg Park. You know how great it felt that I knew where I was going? Imagine the majority of people don't know where they're going. I knew where I was going. That I'm going to become this bodybuilding champion just like him. So it was just a question of how do you do it? I was so relieved because when you have a goal, when you have a vision, everything becomes easy. So people always ask me, when they saw me in the gym in the pumping iron days, they say, why is it that you're working out so hard? 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, and you have always a smile on your face. And I told people all the time, I said, because to me, I'm shooting for a goal. In front of me is the Mr. Universe title. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision turn into reality. Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight that I lift will get me a step closer to turn this goal into reality. So I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound squat. I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound bench press. I couldn't wait to do another 2,000 reps of sit-ups. I couldn't wait for the next exercise. At the age of 20, I went to London and I won the Mr. Universe contest as the youngest Mr. Universe ever. And it was because I had a goal. So let me tell you something, visualizing a goal and going after it makes it fun. You got to have a purpose no matter what you do in life. You got to have a purpose.
But you have to do something every day that scares you. And that's a takeoff from Helen Keller, who said, or not said, she was deaf, dumb, everything. She couldn't do anything. And she said every day she did something to scare herself. Well, if you and I had all those afflictions, just getting out of bed would be scary enough. And so I decided that one of the differentiations between the people that got the most out of the week-long seminar and the year-long free mentoring from me is people that really press themselves hard. So I translated that into they've got to do something and listed what they did to scare themselves every single day.
Is that the essence of really what you do, is getting people to take more risk, or to get out of their comfort zones, and then the wealth comes later?
It's not just out of their comfort zones. It's to change your reality. Okay, you know, your reality is different than my reality. And, you know, your followers' realities are all different. But it's to change your reality. And to make yourself accountable. That's not just getting outside your comfort zone, making yourself accountable. Okay, not just accountable, not accountable to somebody else, accountable to you, me, you know, yourself, because that's the ultimately that's the only person you should be accountable to, is yourself. And we grow up, in my judgment, wrongly, that that we don't hold ourselves accountable enough. We just don't. We've learned to come up with reasons why we can't do this, reasons why it's okay not to do this, reasons why you didn't follow up on time, reasons why I told the guy to get back to him by Wednesday. It's now Friday. Oh, it's the weekend. I'll now get back to him you know, on Monday. And life has gotten simpler now with the internet and with email and the things where the communication is almost instant. You'd think it should be easier, but it's not. I use the analogy. 25, 30 years ago, you go in to buy a $100 million company. Your due diligence would be 3, 4, 5 weeks, and it'd take you 3, 4, 5 weeks to close the deal. Okay, a month and a half, 6 to 8 weeks. With the internet, it should take less time because the information is instantaneous. It takes us twice as long to close a deal now. Twice as long. There's no reason for that. Things haven't gotten twice as complicated, but somebody has to put their name on the line. Somebody wants to push off the accountability. Somebody would rather have Brian sign off on it. So I go home early on a Thursday, knowing you're going to come in early on a Monday, and your signature will be on the document instead of mine, because I don't want to be accountable. And so the kids today have this need. It's like this thirst for guidance. And the kids do better in the year-long mentor program than the older kids. So the kids in their teens and 20s do better than the guys in their 40s and 50s. That's because the guys in their 40s and 50s got a lot of baggage.
Bad habits,
you know, and it's tough to get rid of them. And the, you know, motivation gets you started. Good habits keep you going. Most people just have piss poor habits. And, you know, I've had these same habits for about 50 years now, okay? About 50 years. And I don't even think about it. I mean, it's just like brushing my teeth, taking a shower. I just do it. And one of the other interviews that I did with you, I said, when I do feel wimpish, which isn't too often, I just say, come on. And I just go out and do it. And I do that about my entire life. Everything about it. And I know that if I hadn't built up these habits 20, 30 years ago, you know, at age 70, I certainly wouldn't be doing this. I don't fail very often. I do fail.
You're pretty open about all the failures.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of them.
Right.
That's what's made me who I am.
You said failure is just testing.
Correct. It's just testing. And I don't know, and I'm quick to pull the trigger two ways. I'm quick to pull the trigger and trying something, and I'm quick to pull the trigger and closing something. Just turn the key.
What does that mean, turn the key?
Turn the key means close the fucking business down. Most of the people watching this thing should either not be in business if they've got one, or close the fucker down if they got one. Because you got in business for all the wrong reasons, and you don't have the balls to close them down because of what other people are going to say. You have no idea how.
Ayan, may natutunan po ba? Okay, i-breakdown natin. Maganda kasi yung lesson, no? Breakdown natin into 3 parts. So, Number one is take charge. Yan, sulat natin yun, no? Take charge. Ibig sabihin, be accountable to whatever it is that's going on with your life right now. So halimbawa, mga kapatid, no? Hindi ka pa magaling, kunwari, hindi ka pa magaling mag-prospect o hindi ka magaling magbenta, you take charge and take responsibility. Hindi mo pwede isisi yan sa iba. Tama po ba? Maring hindi ka masyado umate ng training o hindi mo sineseryosong aralin or hindi mo po masyadong binibigyan ng time. So, kapatid, sa number 1 lesson natin, always bear in mind na kung wala kang pera ngayon, kasalanan mo. Kung may pera ka, edi kasalanan mo rin. Kumbaga kung marami kang prospect, marami kang pay-in, marami kang benta, kasalanan mo yun. Kasi inaral mo mabuti, ginalingan mo. Tama po ba? Does that make sense? That's 1. Number 2, okay. So, nothing comes easy. So, sulat natin yan. Nothing comes easy. Ano ibig sabihin? Walang bagay na madali. Kasi kung, lalo na pagpapayaman, kasi kung madali pagpapayaman, eh di dapat lahat ng tao mayaman. Tama po ba? So, if we want something na hindi nagagawa ng karamihan, then be willing to do things na hindi rin willing gawin ng karamihan. Diba? So, kung gusto mo ng resulta na hindi nagagawa o kayang kunin ng karamihan, eh kailangan mong gawin yung hindi nagagawa or ayaw gawin ng karamihan. Tama po ba? So nothing comes easy. Dapat naka-mindset tayo ng gano'n. It is doable, it is achievable, pero it does not come easy. Kailangan ma-manage natin expectation natin. Hindi na nating, huwag na tayong magugulat na may mga struggle talaga, may mga hardship talaga na pagdadaanan, huwag na tayo magtaka. Mali na po. So, ilagay na natin sa isip niyan. But, it is doable. It is achievable. Nothing is impossible. Basta alam mo lang na hindi ito walk in the park. Hindi yung, hindi ka... Kasi sabi ko nga, again, kung madali magpayaman, di dapat lahat ng tao mayaman. Tama po? Number 3. Ito mga kapatid, na lesson natin na, ito alam niyo po kasi, kung naalala niyo yung first part ng video, sabi, rich people buy time. So, number 3 lesson is, kailangan value yung time talaga. I-value natin yung time. So, ibig sabihin mga kapatid, a time wasted is a time wasted. A time, wala na, hindi mo na siya, wasted na talaga siya, hindi mo na siya mababalik. Hindi, kahit gaano ka sabi nga, di ba? Kahit gaano ka kayaman o gaano ka kabait, hindi ka makakabili ng oras, hindi mo maibabalik yung oras, at higit sa lahat, hindi mo mababawi kung ano yung yung nagawa mo dun sa oras na walang kakwenta-kwenta. Hindi mo na mababawi yun eh. Di ba? Para mabawi mo yun, kukonsume ka na naman ng time. So, might as well do what is right and kung ano yung dapat gawin para hindi ka na naman magkukonsume na naman ng time to redo. Di ba? So, ang point lang, bawasan na natin yung mga time wasters natin. Like yung mga, di ba? Sabi nga ni Eric Thomas okay mag-social media. Walang problema naman, hindi masama yung mag-TikTok ka, mag-Instagram ka, mag-YouTube ka, pero do not consume too much social media para i-entertain mo yung sarili mo. Sayang kasi, 'di ba? That is wasting time. Tama po? Sayang yung oras eh. Wala namang masama, mag-tulfu ka diyan, manood ka na kung ano-ano sa TikTok. Pero make sure na nagagamit mo yung social media para sa business mo, para sa pagkuha ng pangarap mo. Yung iba kasi mas, kumbaga, nauubos yung oras doon, hindi nagagamit siya para madagdagan yung kanyang kaalaman, yung kanyang skills or madagdagan yung prospects niya or yung kliyente niya. So nasasayang yung social media, nasasayang yung internet because sabi nga ni Eric Thomas, 'di ba? We consume too much poor stuff. Yung mga ginagawa ng mga pahirap ay ginagawa natin madalas. Kaya yun yung nangyayari rin sa buhay natin. Tama po ba? Agree po ba? Actually, kahit hindi ka naman mag-agree kasi yun naman ang totoo, 'di ba? Nakakatakot nga ang social media kasi it can make or break you eh. Pwedeng magamit mo siya to your full advantage, makapag-branding ka diyan, makapag-prospect ka diyan, create ka ng malaking clientele, I mean malawak na clientele, or maubos yung oras mo kakapanood sa mga nagrarant, sa mga nag-aaway, sa mga basher, sa mga tag dito, problema ng may problema o buhay ng 'di ba ng ibang tao na hindi naman nakakatulong sa pag-asenso natin, 'di ba? So anong nangyayari po? Ini-entertain natin yung sarili natin. Hindi masama pero nagiging masama lang pag too much. Pag sobra-sobra, 'di ba? Pag masyado tayong nabababad. Kaya nga ako natutuwa ako yung ibang mga kauno natin na napansin ko na maraming halimbawa, etong Uno Live, nire-review nila yung mga Uno Live dun sa Facebook page ni Uno dito. So nire-review nila kasi hindi sila naka-attend nung live, nire-review nila o kahit naka-attend sila ng live, pinapanood nila ulit para talagang ma-absorb nila at maintindihan. Yung iba hindi ganoon mag-effort eh, umaasa na mayroong jackpot, 'di ba? O siswertehin na lang. Nothing improves on its own eh. Kumbaga, ang cellphone hindi yan magka-upgrade kung hindi mo papalitan yung camera or hindi mo download yung latest software. So same with our life. So hindi siya magi-improve because matagal ka na, because panahon lang, hindi eh. Kailangan kikilos ka, gagawa kang paraan para mag-improve yung buhay mo. Hindi siya mag-improve dahil tumatanda ka na. Hindi siya mag-improve dahil matagal ka na. 'Di ba? Nag-improve siya because you do something para mag-improve, 'di ba? Mas nag-aaral ka, nag-e-effort ka para matuto talaga, practical na na paraan, halimbawa talagang nag-prospect ka ng maraming beses para alam mo 'yon, yung yung by trial and error, doon ka pina-practice mo talaga yung pakikipag-usap. Doon ka mag-i-improve talaga, pina-practice mo talaga yung pagbebenta, paulit-ulit. Kumbaga sa isang araw, bumababa ng 20, 30 yung kinakausap mo. Tapos merong isa, dalawa, tatlo na nagiging positive or nagiging potential kasi nga marami ka mag-prospect. So yun yung talaga, yun yung nothing improves on its own eh. Hindi ka magpo-progress kung hindi ka mag-e-effort na madagdagan yung kaalaman mo, yung skills mo, and hindi ka makaranas ng maraming failure. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mo talaga mag-fail ng make a lot of mistakes. Alam mo, talagang ginugusto mong dumaan sa marami talagang pagsubok kasi alam mo, doon ka gagaling ng mas mabilis. Yung matututo ng mas mabilis. Tama po ba? Naintindihan nyo? So, very, very common naman yung mga tao na natatakot na ibigay yung todo niya kasi syempre mapapahiya, mare-reject. Normal yun. Yun nga lang, kailangan mong ma-overcome talaga yun na kasi pride lang naman yan eh. Ano ibig sabihin pride? Kumbaga, ayaw mong mapahiya, ayaw mong makorek, ayaw mong batuhan ng maraming objection. So, pride lang naman yan eh. So, ibaba mo yung pride mo na okay lang dapat sa'yo na kahit na maraming tanong, kahit na isin-zone ka, kahit na banatan ka ng mga salitang hindi maganda, okay lang sa'yo. Kasi alam mo, part ng business yun, part ng proseso yun, part ng pag-grow mo as a entrepreneur. Tanggapin mo na yun. So pride lang yan. Sabi nga, pag sumali ka, ibaba ang pride. Pero yung iba kasi, nung sumali na at kasali na, rather, tinaasuli yung pride. Bakit? Ayaw ma-reject, ayaw mapahiya, ayaw, di ba? So, yun naman yun eh. Hindi mo naman, lalo na kung online, wala naman, hindi mo naman kilala yung mga yan eh. So, kung hindi mo kilala yung mga yan, wala, bali, wala. Okay lang na hindi ka, hindi bumili sa'yo kasi sino ba naman yung mga yan, di ba? Again, 70 to 80 million ang online na Filipinos. Filipinos alone eh, hindi naman Filipino lang ang market natin, di ba? Hindi mo kayang ubusin actually yung prospect. Yun yung mas maganda sa ginagawa natin eh. Hindi ka maubusan talaga kakausapin kung talaga mag-e-effort ka lang. Sobrang dami ng tao online. As in sobrang dami talaga. Tama, di ba? Kausapin. Basta ganun. Ako, yun ang tip ko sa inyo eh. Magiging top earner ka rito sa ginagawa natin. Kausap ka ng 20 to 30 na tao everyday. Yun ang i-message mo everyday. Meron dyan magpapaschedule sa'yo 5. Diba? Sa 5 may sasali na 1, 2. Oh. So araw-araw may direct ka. Araw-araw may pay-in ka. Ganun lang kasimple. Numbers game. What you lack in skills, you make up in numbers. Diba? Tama. Add friend ka lang. Gawa ka ng maraming Facebook account. Pwede kang pumunta sa marketplace. Bili ka ng mga lumang Facebook account. Marami nagbebenta ng Facebook account. Maraming groups na bentahan ng mga lumang Facebook account. Mura lang binibenta. Yung iba namumuhunan talaga para talagang kasi pag luma na yung Facebook account or page, madaling kumbaga hindi na-flag ni Facebook as spam or nuisance, 'di ba? May community standards eh. So, again, punta ka ng marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, marami mo nagbebenta diyan, Facebook page, Facebook account, or sumali ka ng groups. 'Di ba? Type mo lang, 'di ba? Facebook account buyers or page buyers, mga ganun. Marami 'yan. 'Di ba? Budgetan mo 1,000. Ang kapalit namang million, why not? Tama? Para marami kang pang message. Basta ganun. Damihan nyo ang message nyo everyday. As in. Yun lang yun. No, magta-top earner ka, maniwala ka sa akin. As in. Hindi kita minomotivate. Yun yung katotohanan. Magugulat ka. Kasi alam mo, pag konti ang direct mo, malulungkot ka pag hindi kumikilos yung mga direct mo eh. Pag konti direct mo. Kung ang direct mo, di ba, 20. May humahataw na 10, yung 10 hindi. Okay lang sa'yo kasi may humahataw na 10. Kung ang direct mo 1, hindi humataw, di napakalungkot mo. Direct mo 3. Puro mababagal, puro lelembot-lembot, puro emosyonal, puro maarte. Talagang kawawa ka. Di ba? So, budgetan nyo. Isa na yan, kasama yan sa panggalaw eh. Dati, ang budget namin, pamasahe araw-araw, pagkain araw-araw, mga training araw-araw. Ngayon kasi modern na, sama mo na sa budget, bumili ka ng mga Facebook account na luma. Para pwede ka mag-message ng paulit-ulit. Diba? Facebook page, marami nagbebenta. Ayos? Marami po ba kayong natutunan? Mga di ba, Aisel? Ayos ba yun? So sa inyong lahat, mamayang gabi, kita-kita tayo. Sana marami kayong natutunan today. Huwag kayong magsasawa, umattend sa akin every Saturday, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. po. Alright? So again, follow nyo ulit yung aking Facebook page na The Butch Tan. Ang page ko, The Butch Tan. T-H-E. Yung the, as in the. Tapos lagay mo lang Butch Tan, The Butch Tan. Follow nyo yun. Marami akong pinupuson everyday. Okay po? Maraming salamat. Good morning mga kauno.